So you may want to spend more in retirement, but you're afraid to do so. The problem is, if you don't start spending more, you may end up not doing all the things you want to do in life. And whilst we don't know what the future is going to hold, with a little thought and planning, we can build some structure into your finances to give you the confidence to really get out there and enjoy life. Now in this video, I'm going to go through some of the reasons as to why it is so hard to spend more in retirement, and then give you 5 tips to help you spend more. My name's Carl Roberts, and I'm a chartered regulated financial advisor. Now, retirement is a huge life event. It's the point at which you go from having a job where you can regularly top up your savings to having no new money coming in. You're going to enter the withdrawal phase of your life, and you're only ever going to be taking money out of your savings. Now, there's 2 big challenges that your savings will have in retirement. Firstly, you don't know when you're going to die, and secondly, you don't know how much things are going to cost in the future. So as you enter retirement, if you spend too much too soon, your retirement savings could start to dwindle at an alarming rate. On the other hand, retirement can be one of the most exciting phases of your life. It's the point at which you no longer need to work, you have complete control over your days, and it's the time to start enjoying those hard-earned savings. After all, we only have one life, and we don't know when it's going to end. You don't want to be one of those people on your deathbeds with lots of money still in savings, but full of regrets over the things you didn't do. Even if you realise you must spend more in retirement to enjoy a fulfilled life, it can be hard to adjust your internal wiring. If you have the money to have a good life in retirement, it's because you've been a diligent saver. You've learnt to control spending splurges and to go without even when you really wanted something. Making that change from a saver to a spender is not going to be easy. So here are 5 subtle ways to get you in the right mindset and give you the confidence to enjoy life in the moment and spend more. So the first tip is to always have a cash buffer. Now, cash is an essential part of your overall retirement portfolio. And when I say cash, I mean easily accessible cash, money that's in a bank account, in a bank savings account, or somewhere like premium bonds, not cash in a pension or money in the stock market. Now, I'd usually recommend holding at least 2 years worth of spending requirements in cash. So what that means is if you look at your monthly outgoings, times that by 12, and then times that by 2, that's all your outgoings for 2 years. You need all that money in cash ready. Also, any one-offs you know you've got coming up, so there could be a couple of big holidays, you know you might need to replace the car, have that money ready in cash too. So 2 years worth of cash. And what this is going to do, it's going to give you the confidence that you've always got money there in case of emergency. So should something in the house break, you've got the money there to repair it. Should your friends invite you on a last-minute lavish holiday, you've got the money there to just go and book it. And most importantly, you don't need to worry what's going on in the stock market because you've got enough cash to last you 2 years. And this is going to be a really useful tool as part of your overall investment strategy in retirement. More on this later. So tip number 2 is to secure an income for all your essential spending in retirement. Now, what I mean by essential spending is all your monthly outgoings, everything you need to pay out for to live. So it could be things like your bills, your council tax, your food, and a bit for socialising as well. If you could secure an income to cover all of this for the rest of your life, then it's going to give you far more confidence to go out and spend your other savings, because it doesn't really matter if you burn through all your savings quite early on in retirement. You know you've got the secure income that's coming in and you're going to be able to live for the rest of your life. Now, there's a couple of ways you can secure an income in retirement. It could be through something like a defined benefit pension, also known as a final salary pension. That's a pension that's going to start paying you a monthly income for the rest of your life, and it's not going to be impacted by what's going on in the stock markets. Another way could be your government state pension, payable from state pension age. This again will provide you with a regular income for the rest of your life. Now, if these types of secure income are still not enough to cover all your essential spending, then you can secure more income by using either your personal pension or other savings you've got. So if you've got money in a personal pension, you can use some of that money to buy what's called an annuity, a pension annuity. And again, that can secure you an income for the rest of your life. The same can be done with savings. You can use savings or investments to set up a purchase life annuity. And again, same as the pension annuity, that will provide you with an income for the rest of your life and won't be impacted by stock markets. And like I said, doing this will just give you far more confidence to know that your regular surviving essentials has all been secured in income that's going to pay out for the rest of your life. And then you've got the confidence to go out and use your savings and not worry if you do go a bit mad and spend too much too soon. So tip number 3 is to set up a regular withdrawal from your investments. Now, in the previous tip, we spoke about how you could secure an income using something like an annuity. But one of the downsides to something like an annuity is that you've got to give up a chunk of your savings to purchase that secure income. And some people might not like the thought of giving up some of their savings pot, especially if they die shortly after receiving the income. So an alternative is to set up a regular withdrawal from your investments. Now, whilst this is not secure because you are taking money from a pot and could potentially be reducing that pot if you take too much out too soon, it does still give you that effect of receiving a monthly income. So the underlying investments will still fluctuate with your investment strategy and the market, but your bank account will see a regular amount coming in. And this could be a useful way of helping you to budget, because it's a bit like receiving a salary. You know you've got this much money coming into your bank account, you kind of ignore what's going on in the stock market and what's happening to the underlying value, but this money is going to keep coming in every month and kind of force you then to spend it. Now, doing this method does give you more flexibility than purchasing something like an annuity or a defined benefit pension, because you can adjust those withdrawals accordingly. So if you feel like you're spending too much and you're ending up with a large buffer in your bank account, then obviously you can reduce those withdrawals. And the other way around, if you feel like you need to spend more, again, you can increase those withdrawals. So much more flexibility. And you've still got the opportunity then to take out one-off lump sums if you need to. So personal pensions are great now. The new pension freedoms that came in way back in 2015 are great from a flexibility point of view. You know, you can literally withdraw whatever you want, whenever you want, out of a personal pension once you hit the minimum retirement age. But that can also be a bad thing, because if you've just got this pot, how do you know how much you can take out and when? And if you took out too much too soon, it's going to run out. But at least by setting up a regular withdrawal strategy, you're going to get this money in monthly and you can budget everything accordingly. So tip number 4 is to keep a large amount of your retirement savings in the right investment strategy. So there's a common misconception out there that once you hit retirement, you should be naturally cautious with your investment strategy. And it's a hard thing to get your head around. Once you get to retirement, because you're entering that withdrawal phase, it's natural to think that, well, I'm only going to be taking money out of my pot now, so I should be cautious with where I invest. But actually, your retirement savings need to last you the rest of your life. And if you're someone, say, age 60, that could potentially be at least 30 years that the money needs to last for. Now, if you're ultra cautious with your retirement savings and they're just money in the bank, £1 million in the bank today may look like £1 million in the bank in 30 years' time, but it's going to buy you far less, because inflation is going to eat away at the purchasing power of that money. So the only way your retirement savings are going to last is if you invest in something that has inflation beating returns over time. And the only thing that's going to do that is an allocation to investing in global equities, the great companies of the world, the companies that you use and buy from every day. These are the companies that are going to keep increasing their profits, increasing their prices, and over time, because you're an owner of these companies, you benefit from that. And your savings will at least keep pace, or if not beat, inflation. That's what you need in retirement. Now, yes, it does mean accepting volatility. Your underlying investments and your savings will fluctuate in price daily, and sometimes there'll be significant falls if the stock market crashes. But this is a feature of investing. It's not a bug. it's not something that we should be scared about, because if you're investing for the next 30 years, there's plenty of time to ride out those waves and still make some great returns. And it's going to give you the ability to hopefully withdraw more and more in the future from your investments. Now, if you remember earlier, in one of the tips, we said about having a cash buffer. And now this is why it's really useful in retirement, and if you've got the right investment strategy, because the stock market, it will crash from time to time, and your investments will fall significantly. And if you're making withdrawals from those investments, you're going to have to sell more and more units just to withdraw the same amount of cash. So by having a cash buffer, it allows you to pause withdrawals on your investments. So we know, but from looking at the last 100 years of history, that the average time frame for a significant market crash, the period it takes from the fall to get back to where it was, its average is around 2 years. So if you've got 2 years of spending in cash savings, what you can effectively do is switch off those withdrawals and then start taking money out of your cash savings. So you don't need to sell more units. And then once the investment recovers and the market recovers, you can go back to topping up your cash and making withdrawals from those investments. So tip number 5 is to find yourself and use a good financial advisor in retirement. A financial advisor can offer huge value in retirement because this is a very sophisticated, complex part of your life where you need to get the withdrawals from your investments right to ensure that you don't run out of money too soon. Now, as financial advisors, we've got access to very sophisticated software where we can stress test your retirement plans across the last 100 years of capital market data. We can run lots of 20, 30-year periods across this data and see how your retirement plan would have actually worked in real life scenarios from the past. Because the plan's essential in retirement. What you're planning to do, making sure that you not only don't withdraw too much too soon, but you also have the right goals and actually achieve the things you want to do in life. And of course, a major part of your retirement planning strategy is going to be your investment portfolio. And an advisor can help you ensure you pick the right investment portfolio and ensure you stick with that through your retirement, through thick and thin, through all the ups and downs in the stock market, and ensure that it produces enough income for you that ensures that your purchasing power is maintained in retirement, hopefully even grows. You know, a good financial advisor should be encouraging you to spend more, should give you the confidence to be able to spend more. And they'll even be able to show you that if you're one of these people that has no specific need to gift lots of money away on death, if you want to get through your savings and end up with zero in your bank account on your deathbed, an advisor will be able to tell you what level of spending you need to do to achieve that. So hopefully these tips are giving you the confidence to go out and spend more in retirement, or at least get the structure in place to give you the confidence to do that. And actually, you may think that retirement is the last phase of your life before death, but actually retirement itself has lots of different phases. The research shows that actually during your retirement life, you'll spend probably more in your early years of retirement and less in the later years. Now, whilst there's a belief out there that at the end of your retirement you're going to end up possibly in a care home, there's still only a minority of people that actually does end up in a care home. So it's not necessarily that you need to budget for paying out for this later on in life. So armed with this information, hopefully you can see that actually spending more now while you're at your youngest, your fittest and healthiest, hopefully, is a really good way of ticking all those items off your bucket list. I hope you found this video useful. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel because there'll be lots more videos coming soon.